You ever had any road rage issues?
You can't.
I'm not talking about you, but people interacting with you.
Oh, my God. All the time.
People hate trucks.
I hate trucks. There's nothing worse than merging on the highway with a truck that weighs 100,000 pounds that's moving like old people fuck.
Fuck, man. It was going so well.
That's what I do. I fuck up the best things. It's my gift. My name is Andrew, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah. This is my golden hour.
Water, earth, fire, air. Long ago, the 4 deer nations lived together in harmony. Then, everything changed when the fire deer attacked. Only Derek, master of all 4 elements, could stop those boys. But when Boston needed him most, he vanished into the enchanted golden deer forest.
Season 4.
So, normally we run these in the morning, but
I'm a working man.
Hey, as most of the world knows, right?
No doubt.
But we got an extremely special guest here. And so, normally I like to, when guests come in, I'll, massage them and, get them comfortable. But I kind of feel like you're good to go, bro.
I'll be honest with you, you don't want me with an erection. It's embarrassing for all of us.
Yeah, I moved the table, bro.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that impressive. It's nice.
So, to my right, I have, you want me to give you, can I list your government, your name?
Good thing, dude.
Is it Andrew Cantor?
That's me.
Andrew Cantor, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah.
A.K.A. Old Truckah Nutz.
So, I was going to just start off by saying, have people ever come up to you with, terrible accents?
Accents?
Like Boston accents.
Trying to replicate my accent. See, the thing is that I don't actually have a Boston accent. I have more of a South Shore accent. I grew up in Randolph, so to be honest with you, the accent that they're looking for in Hollywood is more of that Weymouth, Brockton, Randolph accent as opposed to this particular area. So, yeah, people every time people see me, they want say this, say this, say this. I'm never gonna say that fucking Harvard Yard thing. No,
the stereotype.
It's not happening.
Not getting hit with that.
It's a no-go.
Well, my dad's got a thick Boston accent, but I just can't do it, honestly. So I just don't do it.
It's funny. My son, all of my kids, they don't have accents until they're upset. And as soon as they get fired up and they get that Irish up, that's when the R's become non-existent.
Is that what happened with you growing up too? Because I feel like people it evolves.
Well, everything's an evolution, but as far as perfecting my particular accent, I suppose it has happened over time. Not that I can turn it off and on, but I can definitely make it more pronounced, and it's been my calling card. So
part of the brand, man.
Exactly right. So,
have you ever seen The Departed? I'm assuming.
I hate the fucking Departed.
You hate it? I love that fucking movie.
How can you like? Well, first of all, it's loosely based on James Bulger.
Yes.
He's a fucking rat.
He's a
skinner, and he's a fucking punk. And one of my boys put puby salad in his fucking lunch.
When was that?
At Plymouth House of Pancakes.
No way.
Swear to God.
Oh, why he had known he was snitching?
Well, everybody knows he's a snitch. He was an informant. You know
As was his brother.
I don't want to piss on anybody's fucking electric fence, but the Bulgers were not the most. Not the best characters, so to speak.
What an interesting bind, though, that his brother was such a prominent politician. Isn't it strange?
I don't know that it's strange. It seems more fitting than anything.
You think so?
Well, come on. I have to be careful because I'm driving around the streets with a 100,000-pound vehicle. I try not to draw too much attention to myself, but
yeah, you don't want to get clipped.
Nah, some of the most corrupt people in the world are, fortunately or unfortunately, the law. So, and that goes with politics and whatnot. So
you didn't like The Departed?
Not a fan.
Well,
as far as the stereotypical Boston movies. My favorite of the Boston genre was probably Gone Baby Gone.
Great movie.
I it's a movie that makes me think.
I love Casey Affleck, man.
I think he's a better actor than his brother. He just doesn't have that chin.
Yeah, he's
His
not hot.
Yeah.
Not sexy like him. You feel me?
Well, I'd probably fuck them both, but to be honest, I don't.
For the bag.
I'm just saying, yeah, obviously, but yeah, Casey's not as good looking as his brother.
So, why I asked though is like, do you remember the therapist accent?
Yeah.
It was like, no shade to her. She's a beautiful woman, but it was terrible.
Very bad.
Oh my god, man.
Very bad. But she was very hot, so we give it a pass.
So, do you want to just kind of explain who you are and like what's been going on for the uneducated?
So, as you said, they call me the Boston Truckah. Basically, I'm a local truck driver, and I've carved a niche making videos about a variety of different things. So I talk about traffic, I talk about hot dogs, I talk about everything. So I try to keep things authentic with what's going on in my life. Sometimes I make videos daily. Sometimes I'll go 2-3 months without making a video. It's my means of airing my own grievances, so to speak.
Expression. And so when you say he talks, it's usually just like I'm assuming it's an iPhone, right?
It's an iPhone.
You just pin it up.
Only Vikings use Samsungs.
Or droids. See ya.
Terrible. The audio alone is enough to make you nauseous. I'm a big fan of live music, and you can't film anything when it comes to droids. It sounds like trash.
What if you got the iPhone sponsor? You think about that? That'd be major.
Yeah, of course, because that's exactly what they're looking for is my fat ass.
Well, so when did it all initially start?
So the Boston Truckah was born from a work-related trip just about 3 years ago. So I was working for a company in the greater Boston area. I was moving equipment for them, and I got a call on a Sunday.
It was aggregates, right?
No, it was U.S. pavement.
Okay.
Same thing. Okay. 6 and 1/2 dozen the other. So the long and short of it was I got a call on a Sunday, and they said the guy that's driving our race car hauler was sick in Loudon, and they needed to get this car, truck, trailer, the whole operation back to Tennessee. And they said, you're the only one that we got to do this, blah, blah, blah.
And so you were like, motherfucker.
Well, it was initially I'm going, I don't want to be fucking, bothered with this. I like to keep things simple and, in my wheelhouse. I like to know what I'm doing. I'd never haul the race car trailer. I mean, I've done just about anything you can do as far as trucks are concerned, but never really gone long. So I told them, I said, you're going to pay me my hourly wage. You're going to give me, per diem. You're going to put me up in a hotel. I'm not sleeping in the truck.
So was it like an emergency? They needed it moved like instantaneously almost?
Essentially, that was the story. So they needed it, for test and tune. They had a big race in 2 weeks, and time was of the essence. So one of the guys in the garage of the shop I was working at, he says, you should make a vlog. I'm like, what the fuck is a vlog? Anybody that knows me, I'm a tech tide. I'm lucky I put my pants on in the morning. So that's what happened. He goes, you should make little videos about where you're at, what you're doing. And if you go back on YouTube, most of my early content is up there.
So you started with YouTube? I thought
it was definitely Facebook, but I'm just saying as far as archiving, I don't know if you know this, my original Boston Truckah page got hacked.
By who?
If I only fucking know.
Why? You got enemies out there?
Listen, it's as far as Facebook is concerned, I'm not going to get into Kuckerberg's fucking his thing, but
that's a Boston boy right there.
You already know, but he's not a Boston boy. He went to school around here.
Built it here though.
He did build it here by mistake, but that being said, so he wants everybody to advertise, and as free as it is, if you don't boost posts, you get no love. So everything that I've ever done as far as Facebook, Instagram, I've never paid for advertising. I don't need to. It's just not something that I believe in. So I said that I'd do this as long as it was fun, and for however long that is, that's that. So I got a email. This is just how naive I am and how stupid one could be. I got an email that said, you have 72 hours to authenticate your account,
I hate
or
that shit. I know exactly what you're talking about.
or we're going to get rid of, you're going to delete your page. And I'm like, oh my God, I got, 60, 70,000 followers, blah, blah, blah. And the girl I was seeing at the time, I sent her the email. She goes, yeah, it looks good because I want.
This is on Facebook.
This is on Facebook. So the blue check is what I'm looking for. Here I am, big pimp and blah, blah, blah.
For sure.
So I put my password in twice. Twice. Fucking twice. And then as soon as I hit enter the second time, I went, you stupid fat motherfucker, look what you just did. And
Disabled.
not only was it disabled, locked out, but the person that took this thing over turned it into a fucking clickbait nature site.
Oh, so someone has it.
It's currently owned.
Why can't you contact Facebook and say, yo, take this
Because
down?
I never spent any money, he don't want to hear my shit.
That's what you think? For real?
Yeah. He don't want to talk to the common man. So let's say I spent, this is just my opinion. And what the fuck do I know? I just bag groceries for a living. So I don't actually do that, but whatever.
I thought you haul aggregates.
Right now I haul trash.
Okay.
Municipal solid waste. So
From where?
From your waste basket over there. So what happens is that your shit gets picked up by packers, goes to a transfer station, it gets picked up by a machine and loaded into my trailer, and I take it off into the mountains.
See ya.
Exactly.
Your wife hitting you up?
No, I'm not gonna. It's some schmuck that
It's probably Zucks, man.
I wish it was.
Give my fucking page
You
back.
you can't say Zuck. It's cuck.
What is? Someone was telling me, what is a cuck?
A cuck?
C-U-C-K, correct?
Yeah, cuckold. It's a dude that gets off by watching somebody drill his bitch. The ultimate. So, yeah, I just zuck it. It worked out. It's not. It's a derogatory term.
I'm familiar now. Yes.
Yeah, it's not good.
Someone's been calling me a cuck for a while.
For
now.
real?
Might toss him the hands.
You might want to give him.
I thought it was a typo.
Nah, dude. You're calling you a cuck, dude. You better hit him with a 2-piece and a biscuit.
That's a quick clothesline.
I'm saying.
Okay, so you're trying to get your account back.
I'm not trying to get my account back. So as soon as I had done that, it was inevitable that I had lost control of this. So whatever they were going to do with this content, they were going to do. And basically what they started to do is slowly delete the content and replace it with their own stuff. It was nature, trees, fucking, of all the things in the world.
How many years deep is this?
When did this happened after about a year. So
you were hot.
I had two.
Oh. Hey, this is Josh. Josh, Andrew. All good, brother. No worries.
Nice to meet you too.
No worries, Josh.
So, this was after about a little over a year, so I had 2 viral videos at this point, and I was starting to definitely gain some steam. At this point, I had my merch line that I had put out myself. I was sending T-shirts and sweatshirts all over the fucking planet, which still to this day boggles my mind that people in Scotland hit me up.
Shout out to Scotland, man.
What's up, Scotland? So, it's just wild that a stupid truck driver from the greater Boston area could be.
I think people love the authenticity, because you never fake it.
I can't fake it. It's not me. So I said it before. If I'm not having fun with it, it's not me. I'm not doing it. I don't give a fuck. If I stop doing it tomorrow, it means nothing to me. I like when I get a message, from somebody that says their father passed away 10 years ago and they saw my video and it's like talking to their father again.
Is it also like, yo, that's kind of a lot of pressure?
It is, and it isn't. I mean, because anytime that you have any notoriety or you have a voice, I feel like you have a certain amount of responsibility. Like, for example, I won't talk about politics. I won't talk about religion. I won't talk about sexuality. I won't talk about any of those push button, topics because
clickbait.
It's just not important to me. I mean, I have my beliefs, and the other thing is that most of my material, it's I don't know how to say this. It's very possible that it's not. People have a. I got to be careful here. So. I'm just
looking at something real quick. But
no worries, dude. So people have a predisposed notion of who I am, what I'm into, and that may or may not be exactly who I am. So, I don't have the ability to have a fucking firearm. I'm not an NRA guy. I'm a felon.
Big
Can't
big
have
time.
guns. I don't know about big time, but I definitely have a few felonies. So, guns are not important to me. So people think that with the truck and everything that I got an F-350 and a big gun rack behind me. I drive a 4-door sedan.
You look new though.
You're doing all right.
Yeah. So has that been refreshing that you think you can now leverage a brand off some of the attention you get online? That's like the craziest thing about the internet is because if you would try to do this shit like 15 years ago, see ya. It's impossible.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the internet is ever changing. So I think what they wanted to do initially when it came to, it was just a medium as far as knowledge was concerned. Now, I mean, what are the statistics? I think 97% of the internet is dicks and tits. So
Is it?
pretty sure.
It sells, man.
Well, there's two businesses that don't go out of business.
Absolutely.
Booze and boobs. So, as far as having a medium to be able to speak to people, it's powerful. I mean, I everywhere I go, people know who I am. I talk on the CB on 95 heading north, and people are like, "Is that you? Is that you?" Yeah, it's me. I mean,
Where you just call in?
I'm just if let's say I'm running up, northbound with another truck, for the company I work for, and I'm just shooting the shit with this guy. We're talking about whatever. So I have a very distinct voice apparently, and people can hear it, and it's like, I don't want to say I'm famous, but I'm definitely infamous. People know
Local
who I am.
legend.
Something like that. Yeah, I don't know about legend, but I'm something.
So, can I ask you something? Like, I think normally when people would see, like, and I felt this way a lot with, like, my pops growing up and some of the people he'd hang around, like, people would think that people traditionally from Boston that fulfill a stereotype are dumb. You might be, like, honestly one of the most articulate people I know on the internet. You get that a lot? Like, people like, yo, I can't believe you're this fucking smart.
Oh, not for nothing. I'm a 10th grade dropout. So
From where?
I all over the place. My upbringing was some of the most tumultuous times of my life. So I grew up in Randolph, Brockton. I was all over the place. I was in a group home up in the Amesbury area for 18 months. I ended up right down the street in a group home. I was probably maybe 16, 17.
Hated school.
It wasn't my thing. So I had behavioral issues.
As did I.
And what happened to me, 20 years ago, whatever, is that, if you had behavioral issues, you ended up in special ed. So, not to give anybody a hard time about, having developmental issues, being, having special needs, whatever, but that just wasn't my thing.
Oh, you think they grouped you in with kids that were traditionally slower?
Exactly.
And that was frustrating because you
not
were
only
smart.
not only was it frustrating, but it set me up for failure. So if you're gonna give me remedial math for 3 years and ask me to count backwards from 10 for 6 hours a day, I'm gonna get bored. And you know what happens when somebody
Start fucking around.
Exactly. So that's what happened. So you're right. A lot of people that actually get an opportunity to talk to me, and they realize I'm not going to pigeonhole truck drivers as being notoriously stupid people, but had it not been for some mistakes or whatever that I made in my formative years, I probably could have been a nuclear physicist. It's not.
So send you to MIT.
I don't know about that guy, but my grandmother went to Radcliffe, so there's that.
There's that.
There is that. So yeah, I'm not a dope. I might.
I don't even mean that to corner. You understand what I'm saying?
No. I get it definitely, but it's I use four-letter words. I use I don't always use big articulate sayings and stuff.
But in the video I saw recently, you said meander. I was like, this motherfucker knows his dictionary, brother.
No, my vocabulary is always good, but I don't try to show off with my linguistics, by any means. But I know the words. I also know all the four-letter words. So
they're way easier to say.
They are. I call them. It's like SpongeBob said. They're sentence enhancers.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You big on SpongeBob?
I love SpongeBob.
Sandy, water.
I have 37 kids. I grew up with SpongeBob.
How many kids do you actually have?
I have 4 children.
Whoa!
I have a grandchild.
Already?
I know.
You're a grandpops at 37.
I like to practice.
38, excuse me. Yeah.
38, yeah. I got good at it eventually, but yeah. My daughter's 19, married with a little girl.
Congrats.
Little Malin. Thank you, buddy.
Does he look like you?
She does, yeah. It's actually pretty wild, to be honest with you.
Because your family's so big, have you, like, recognized maybe some of the potential to make more bread, spreading the brand? You're like, this could totally be beneficial for my family?
I never, we'll put it this way. I know that the potential to do something with the brand is there. But I don't want to put any pressure on that. I've started projects. I can't really get into it. I have a shut the fuck up piece of paper that I had to sign.
Disclosure.
Exactly. So
That's what I'm aware of.
yeah.
So I can't talk about that.
No.
Okay. All right, I won't.
So I've done things with different people. The lines of communication have been open with people that have 700-800 credits on IMDb. So
we're talking movies.
not necessarily unscripted TV. There's all kinds of things going on. So I can't get into specifics or anything, but I had a produced thing that I went through. So it's just I look at it this way: if something comes of what I'm doing, and it's some kind of cash windfall, and I make some money doing it, great. If I do it for another 15 minutes, great. You know what I mean? I don't want to put that pressure. I don't want to. The thing about this thing that I do is I want to enjoy it. I like being in Target and having a family come up to me and saying, "Dude, you're the funniest guy I've ever met in my life."
It's awesome.
It's really cool, and my kids get a kick out of it. My girl, to a certain extent, she doesn't really like the limelight too much.
Jealousy.
It's not about jealousy. It's just she's a very she loves Andrew. Truckah's just like
Yeah, I understand.
and there's not to say there's a huge discrepancy between the two people, because I am Truckah. Truckah is me. Andrew, it's it's the same thing, but
you sometimes have to heighten. I'm sure. I feel the same way on the show. To be honest with you, it's like I'm here to entertain a little bit. So
exactly, you gotta kind of put on. I'll do anything to get a laugh, which is a gift and a curse. Which my biggest video is me romping around in the fucking snow in my boxer shorts.
Big viral.
Big. 3 million.
Woo!
Yeah, big.
Were you just looking at your phone pumped?
Well, the thing is that I was watching my phone vibrate across the. It just.
Oh, so you're having a seizure?
It was stupid, dude. So.
Whoa!
It was just being authentic and keeping up with things that are relatable to other people is the biggest part of what I'm doing. So we had a big fucking snowstorm, and I'm thinking to myself,
was this winter or
2 winters ago?
Okay.
So how do I make a video that's authentic and relevant and blah blah blah? I said, you know what? I'm going outside in my fucking underwear, and I did. So I said, as we're gaining inches of snow, we're losing inches of penis, and it's wild.
People loved it.
Love it. If you make an asshole of yourself, people are like, this is great. So it kind of got away from my core group of, my Truckah hoes and Truckah bros, as I call them.
I'm a Truckah bro.
That's what's up. I appreciate
Thanks
that.
for the stickers, man.
You already know.
For sure. I'm gonna do a little.
They're so good you even lost them.
A little cross marketing here.
Yeah. So, and those are available.
Yeah, give me a plug. Give me
Want the plug?
salesman.
Nah, it's on the Facebook page. It says shop here, and it brings you when you get your stickers.
What is it a drop? You got a drop ship site?
It's a big cartel site.
Okay, cool.
I told you I'm a tech meathead. So
how have you liked that as a server?
if for what I have to spend for them to do all the inventorying and shit, it's money well spent. It's money well spent.
Sorry, there's a lot of tumultuous activity outside the
Tumultuous.
city. How's that for a word?
I don't know about that guy. I see a bunch of folks with kids and chilling. It's tumultuous.
Oh, the kid. I didn't even notice the kid.
Yeah.
Studio's a circus, man.
It happens, dude.
Hey, so how'd you get roasted on the back of your neck?
It's probably just blood pressure, to be honest with you.
Oh, sorry. I feel like a dick.
No, that's all right.
That was a sunburn.
No, it could be. I'm Irish, so all I got to do is think about the sun and I'm cooked.
As am I.
Yeah.
Does addiction run in your family?
To a certain extent, I was married for a long time, and my ex-wife passed away 3 years ago from a fentanyl overdose. So
Sorry, man. It's terrible.
it is terrible, but if you understand addiction, she didn't have a chance, dude. She, as far as beaten and neglected, she was adopted, by a wonderful woman who's still involved in mine and my kids' lives. But the damage was done. Nobody sets out to be an addict. Nobody sets out to have substance abuse issues. A disease, not a disease, it's irrelevant. If you know somebody that's sick and suffering, and you can do something to point them in the right direction, it behooves you as a human being to do that. You know what I mean? So
I had an opioid sparing surgeon up here, and so he's big on like there's some problems going on, man. People got to start taking action.
it's as far as I'm concerned, it is 150% the biggest epidemic that this world has ever known.
Have you ever seen Melania Cass in Mass Ave?
Of course,
It's terrible, man.
methadone mile.
It's awful.
Yeah,
I've heard kids call it zombie land.
of course it is.
It's sad as
Yeah.
fuck.
Yeah, I hauled fish for years.
Oh, it was fish before the aggregate?
In that area. So yeah, I mean I've done everything. I've been driving a truck for almost 20 years. So I've done a little of this and a little of that. But I was over in the Melnia Cass area all the time, especially Sunday mornings, and seeing these people congregating and at the McDonald's especially before.
Oh, right there. Well, the thing is, the police are there, and there's nothing you can do about it,
What can you do?
You can't.
So it's
And what's tough is, like, when you go over there sometimes, it's like, it's tough for you to relate to what's going on. I mean, it's just like, holy shit. Like, humans can get really far gone, man.
Well, the thing is that, and I've said this in videos before, is that it doesn't really matter your sex, color, creed, your upbringing, as far as, if you had money, didn't have money. If you're alive today, somebody has been affected by opioid, addiction, and all the things that come with it. So there's two things I talked to my father about, is that we all know somebody that's, as I said earlier, sick and suffering, and if you live long enough, you'll get cancer. So it's just the way of the world, and it's sad that we as a culture, as a society, have accepted that as the norm, that's acceptable. So yeah, my ex-wife, she dealt with it, basically her entire life. I was with her from 15 to 33.
Oh, man, I'm sorry.
So 3 kids, and it was tough, but
So did most of the video content spawn after that had happened?
Exactly.
So it was like a realization.
Well, it gives you perspective, I guess. So when I've had a couple of really big life altering experiences in my life. I had a heart attack. I had my ex-wife, who was only my ex-wife for a couple of months before she succumbed to her demons. I was pushed out of the way of a vehicle that subsequently hit, dragged, and killed somebody when I was a teenager. I've had a lot of different, crazy things that have happened to me.
Jeez, how the fuck do you deal with that?
It's my curse. It could be raining tits and I get hit with a dick. It's always disaster. It says hard luck across my fucking knuckles for a reason. So, but
how do you remain positive?
You have to, because the alternative sucks, dude. So, like after my heart attack, it was the most humbling.
When was this?
This was 2000. Jesus Christ, 4 years ago. June 6th will be 4 years. 5 years. Yeah, 5 years. June 6th. So, I was at a show. I love live music, and I felt this weird feeling. I was super, super hot.
In your arm? Did you feel like they're clenching your arm?
I'm diabetic, so I'm asymptomatic, as they say. So the only thing that I had was a lot of pressure. I got nauseous. I threw up, And I said to my girlfriend at the time, I said, just take me home. I gotta have food poisoning. Something's not right. And a buddy of mine who was working the door at the club that night said, take him to the fucking hospital. Something's not right.
He looks terrible.
I was green.
Jesus.
So I went to the hospital. I was there for about 30 seconds, and it was, sir, you're having a heart attack. Shut the fuck up, you know. And then
How do they tell?
EKG. That's why they're doctors and I'm a truck driver. You know what I mean? I suppose, you know, they're feeding me the nitroglycerin pills, you know. Don't die, motherfucker. I died twice in the operating room.
Whoa.
Yep. Cardiac defibrillators all night. I remember between the first and second, there was a nurse in the operating room. I remember being cognizant of what was going on, and I looked over at him. I said, I'm dying, huh? I'll never forget this. And he looked at me. He goes, we got you, baby boy. And
you're like, thank you, motherfucker.
no, it was just like everything makes sense now. You know, so the things you take for granted that, you know, I've had things, I've had nice vehicles, I've had big things, I've owned this, I've owned that. It's all kind of, you know, relative to what you have. Your health is the most important thing in the world.
And your family's health, right?
Family. The most important thing in my life was loyalty. It's literally, you know, what I pound into my kids' head over and over and over again. It's about being kind, doing the right thing, and then when you're done with that right thing, do the next right thing. You know what I mean? So one of the things that I'm absolutely 150% obsessed with is the word legacy. How will you be
100%.
remembered?
For sure.
How will they tell your story? You know? And even if you were a shitbag, because there were times in my life where I was not a good person, but I feel like I've done enough in a positive, you know, manner that
Reverse the karma.
I hope so. I don't know if I believe in heaven, hell, or anything in between, but I'm hoping that when my babies have an opportunity to tell my story, that they remember me as being a positive role model, and you know, I say 4-letter words and shit on the internet, but they know as a man, you know, who I am and what I'm about, and that's what's important to me.
So, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I'm just gonna tell him to shut off the air conditioner in here. But how have you? One second, my fault.
You text like my check. You young kids. I'm still over here like this. Whatever.
Paul Revere.
Something like that.
So how have you? Like, that is unbelievable. So how'd the heart attack happen?
I had 100% blockage in my coronary artery.
Just through diet, or?
It's a genetic thing. So, I mean, my diet and lack of restraint over the years has definitely contributed to, you know, more health issues or not. I'm having weight loss surgery coming up in the next couple of months. I actually have my first appointment with the program this coming Tuesday. So I'm not like massive by any means, but
You thick.
shorty dick. You know what I mean? So I'm 270 pounds, and most
Is this your heaviest?
close, damn close. I've gained about 70 pounds in the last 2 years. So, and one of the things about being diabetic is that weight is just awful. So, 90% of people that have the vertical sleeve, this bariatric procedure, leave the hospital not being diabetic. So, diabetes
That'd be
is
fire.
crazy. I'm on 2 different kinds of insulin right now. I'm on another injectable.
They got you all fucked up.
Oh, it's a mess, dude. I'm on like 17 minutes. I'm just happy to be upright and taking nourishment at this point. You turn the AC off, and I'm over here melting like a fucking popsicle.
My fault. It's just the fan hits the mic. I just don't want it to sound terrible.
Fuck your fan, dog. I'm melting like a fucking sports.
You want me to open the windows?
Like a sports bar at Fenway in August, for Christ's
I can open the windows if you want.
I'm not that bad. But if you see me perspiring and
I will.
And the sweat's
Call the
cascading,
medics.
Yeah.
Yeah, my roommate was diabetic. It's just like you got to take this extra effort with everything.
You have to you
So
have to think about
you do the
it.
finger prick, like
I have a pod in my arm, actually. As crazy as this sounds, I have an app on my fucking phone. So I say, check glucose.
no way.
Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Pow. Please be good. There we go.
How is that? 154.
I mean, for a diabetic, after just eating, I ate about an hour ago.
Standard.
It's not terrible. You
You should sit at like 80 to 120, right?
look at this guy knowing his shit. So yeah, it should be between that. But as far as this app is concerned, that it tracks everything real time, which is cool.
Whoa, that's technology for good,
so
huh?
it sits in my arm 14 days at a time, and I replace it after 14 days.
I'm not going to skewer my roommate, but I had a roommate who he got into a Four Loko one night, and so he had a bad seizure next day.
Oh fuck!
Terrible, and so hilarious, right? I'm taking a nap in our dorm, and I wake up and I literally think he's like joking. He's tweaking, right? And so I'm taking a nap dead naked, and so I get up. And so there's 3 roommates. My other roommate's like, yo, Connor, like, yo, what's going on here? And so I get up, and I'm like, yo, Bombs. Oh, I just said his name, my fault. But I'm like, yo, roommate, yo, stop. Like, this isn't funny. I'm trying to sleep. And then he was just like, kept going. So I was dead naked, and I got up and I put like a wallet in his mouth.
You swinging it, bro? I mean,
Oh, he was tweaking.
No, I'm not talking. I'm talking about
me?
you. You know what I mean?
So listen to this. I'm like, call the medics. Call the fucking medics, man. So they call the medics, right? And I'm over here resuscitating my roommate, butt ass naked.
Cheese in the wind.
and the medics, they come in. They're like, all right, man. Like, you go to the bathroom now. We got to handle it, brother.
You probably shouldn't be getting down to this.
But the seizure was crazy, man.
Yeah. It's scary. If you've never seen anything, it is scary stuff. No doubt.
I don't really understand. So I'm sure the Four Loko just like spiked him way up and spiked him way low, right?
There's a million different things that cause seizures. A seizure basically is your body resetting. So think of it as a circuit breaker. So when you seize, your body is going, we're going to start over. It's a surge. So
have you had one?
I had febrile seizures when I was a kid. I haven't had a seizure as an adult, but I've seen grand mal seizures. It's not pretty.
I know, and people think it's a joke, but you're actually like,
oh, no doubt about it. It's wild.
Fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, it's scary, especially if you don't know what's going on.
So in lighter news,
guns, hookers, and fire trucks.
Yeah. So are you ever like, maybe I should filter some of my content? Like, are you ever like, there's something, maybe I'm pushing it too far? I'm not saying you are. I'm just wondering. Does it ever like cross your mind? Like, there's sometimes I've said some dumb shit up here where I'm like, yo, maybe I should cut that.
I'm cognizant not to. So I like to take it right to that edge and then bring it back. So my favorite word in the whole world is cunt. I love the word. I know I shouldn't say it, but here I am saying it.
And it's probably more authentic when you let it rip, right?
It is. It's a word that gets used frequently.
It's more popular now too.
Very much so. So that's what I was trying to get at, is that there was a stigma with certain words in particular. It's also a generational thing. Like, if I ever said the word cunt around my father, he'd slap me off my feet.
See ya.
You know what I mean? So, but it's like everything is so watered down now, but because we've been, everything is so saturated with more and more and more. You know what I mean? We've become, desensitized to stuff like that.
Are you familiar with Gary Vaynerchuk?
Mm-mm.
He's kind of like the standard for like how to push content and market content. But
I don't give a flying fuck about any of that.
You don't care.
I don't. First of all, I don't feel like it's beyond me. I just can't be bothered with it. Like, there's algorithms and all this stuff that if you sit there and I know that if I spent the time, I could probably be making 6 figures just making stupid videos
Easy.
about my dick. But I can't. I'm okay being recognized in a fucking market basket. I'm okay being, I don't know.
Not a Stop and Shop. They got some issues over there right now.
Not anymore, dude. They rectified the whole
Oh,
situation. They're back in business.
There's one in Quincy I would always go to.
God loves Quincy.
But my family works in unions, so I said, hey, man, you got to stay out there.
Teamsters.
Stay out there. Are you unionized?
I have worked union jobs. I am not currently union.
But it must be a truckers union, right?
There are truckers unions. This was a grocers union that was on strike. But
Yeah, for sure. But
I
like,
think-
right
I
now,
think-
you're a part of a union or no?
Not currently. Not currently. I've been a Teamster for about 6 years of my life.
So why did you initially start trucking? Was it like, hey, this looks like a fucking blast. I'm gonna stay up all night.
As stupid as this sounds, it was a fucking song in a movie that I grew up with. It was the C.W. McCall song, Convoy.
How's that go?
We got a trucking convoy rocking through the night. Breaker 19, this here is the rubber duck. You never heard that shit?
Never know.
How old are you?
23.
Smarten the fuck up. Anyway, know your history. So anyway, it was a song that they made a movie with Chris Christopherson, and it was just there was something about trucks and trucking that was it was sexy to me, and I knew at a pretty young age that was what I wanted to do. So, having been a 10th grade dropout, that was the most money that I could make without having an education. So the trucking industry has changed a lot. It was a great job at one point, and now it's kind of like an entry level schlub, job anybody can have. The guys and girls.
You don't like what you're seeing out here.
I don't like the trend.
So you're like an OG.
To a certain extent, yeah.
Well, you're like a celebrity in the world.
It depends. It depends. So as many people, and as crazy as this is, I have gotten very, very little negative feedback over the years. So the only thing that as far as negativity is just your standard internet trolling shit. I don't give a fuck. One of my buddies is on the page. He calls himself Jared McLovin. If you piss him off enough, he'll go into your profile,
And ream you out.
start looking for your pictures of your kids and shit. And just, he's
Shout
a
out to
prick.
Jared, man.
Jared McLovin. So, I haven't really had a lot of negativity when it comes to people saying, you're this, you're that, whatever. I'm sure there are people that don't like me.
Nothing you can do about that, right?
I don't really care. That doesn't matter to me. I still got to get up and do my thing. That's what's important to me.
The internet can be a dark place, though, sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Definitely.
I've gotten caught up in it. Like, I've been on Instagram too long for days. I'm soft.
Yeah?
Trying to build a business, man. I don't know.
It's hard.
100%. But there's it starts fucking with your brain if you're looking at social media for too long. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it's all encompassing. So, I think a lot of I mean I make money on stickers and T-shirts and shit. So the internet has made me some money. I wouldn't say I've had enough money to sustain anything other than a Wendy's habit, but
Wendy's.
yeah.
Well, I feel like you're trucking. Wouldn't it be McDonald's in those mobile stops?
It's very difficult to find a place to put my truck, but I was using fast food as an example. So,
But when you're on those long trips, what are you hitting?
I don't do long trips, bro.
You just around here?
I'm just a local. Yeah, I have a beautiful woman to lay next to at night.
You can't be doing the long one.
Nah, bro. There'll be none of that.
Shout out to your wifey.
Yeah, honey. Everybody knows honey, and if you don't, now you know. It's beautiful.
So we were talking a little bit about that beforehand. But your wife is like significantly younger than you?
16 years.
You're a dog, bro.
I don't know if I'm a dog. If you met her, you'd have no idea that she was 22 years old. You probably wouldn't know that I'm 38 other than the gray and the beard. But we connect on a level that's a lot more strong and a lot more important than a chronological age.
There's also a stigma with an age gap between people that are dating. I think it's stupid.
Dude, there's a stigma for fucking everything. I don't give a fuck. If you love somebody, you love them, and you're not hurting anybody. You know what I mean? So I know. I'll put it to you this way: if I have a daughter, if my daughter came home and was dating a guy that was 16 years older, there would be hello. There would definitely be red flags. So I understand people saying she's too young. What are you doing? Blah blah blah. But after 2 years, I think that we've proven that we have something that's a little bit more than an old guy taking advantage of a fucking college student.
I feel you.
but she's amazing. She's getting ready to start a nursing program in the fall. I'm really
Where?
QCC Quinsigamond. So
Oh, word. Okay. Oh, it's near like Worcester, kind of.
near Worcester, it is Worcester.
Oh, it's in Worcester.
Worcester.
Okay, word. So when you're driving, what are you normally towing? Besides, like
Trash.
specifically,
I have a 50-foot.
smell terrible.
It can. Yeah, it's trash.
What about when it gets hot?
Even
Starts
worse.
raining.
I was in the truck today gagging.
No shot.
It's terrible. I mean, it's trash.
But you love it, right?
I don't love anything. I mean, it's work. So, you get used to it. It's like anything else. I've hauled equipment. I've hauled trash. I've done heavy aggregates and trailer dump work. I've done fish and
What's like the most desirable?
the position that pays the most to do the least, the American dream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all relative. What are you into? I like my job. I love who I work for, and that's what's important.
And your boss is cool with the content.
My boss is cool with life.
Nice.
You know what I mean? I'm very lucky that I work for a small family owned company. Just a couple of guys, a couple of ladies in the office. Everybody's wonderful. Everybody's like a family kind of thing. So, I think comfort is a big part of why I do what I do. I like where I'm at. Am I ever going to be rich doing it? Probably not.
You don't know where the internet's gonna be, man.
I don't.
You might catch a crazy break.
It could.
I could see it happening.
It could.
We'll do a watch party over here.
I'm about that life.
How about hell yeah?
So that's the thing. I mean, I've been told forever you're this close to being on everybody's fucking television. Would it surprise me if it happened? No. Would it surprise me if if nothing ever came of this? Would it surprise me if I woke up in 2 weeks and said, I'm done? I mean, the only thing that I have, to remember this, part of my life is I have that silly logo tattooed across the top of my back.
No way. This one?
That's the one.
That big?
Bigger.
You're a psycho. You got mad tats.
I do have a lot of tattoos.
Yeah, I'm trying to get one. Where do you go normally?
My boy up in Lin, the city of sin, Greg Gothrow. Lil G, as he calls himself.
Shout out Lil G.
He's unbelievable. Unbelievable. But I've gotten tattoos all over the place. It took a long time for me to find a guy to do my tattoos and a guy to take care of my beard. I got both, so that's what's important.
Are you always baldy?
Unfortunately, that ship has sailed, my brother. So I saw you talking shit about your receding hairline.
It's going.
Dude, when your hairline's in your pants, then you can talk shit.
This one's going.
It happens, dude.
I might do the transplants. I'm soft, man. I'm not
Why?
like you. Be sexy.
I don't get it.
Hey, your wife. I'm not.
It's true, I guess. It's perspective. I started shaving my head when I was about 14 for a variety of different reasons. One of which it was curly and red. We won't have any of that.
Whoa.
Yeah, bad head.
Like redder than me?
I don't know about that, but no. It was definitely had some red tinges in it. I don't know. The curly thing
I feel like every redhead
doesn't have a soul. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, dead ass that. And
my daughter's a redhead.
does she have temperamental? She got a
She's
temper?
a psychopath.
It happens.
Yeah.
I got it too. It's
Yeah.
like, I wonder if it's a genetic thing.
Could be. She's as white as the driven snow. She's
Big sunburn.
Oh my God, she can sunburn through clothes. I'm not even kidding.
That must be terrible on the beach.
Not a good idea. Yeah, she's the rarest of the rare. The red hair, the blue eyes, white. Yeah, she's so white she's almost invisible.
Have your kids seen the content? All of them?
They're aware of it.
Yeah.
They're aware of it. I mean, I'm not going to hide anything from them. I'm not over here,
I'm not saying you should at all. I wasn't insinuating that.
No, I get that. I'm just saying that some people would be like, don't you think you should,
Filter it, like censor it.
Exactly. And it is who it is. Am I the same guy at home as I am on video? No.
No, because you're performing. That's like natural.
It's not that it's a performance. It is, but it's not. But I'm not. I don't walk around the house fuckity fuck. It's just not my thing. Do I care if my kids swear? I don't, personally.
You shouldn't. It's inevitable.
Well, we're the ones that give the words power. Who says fuck should mean something different than the word chicken should mean? You know what I mean? So if you hear a word and you're like, oh my God, why are you swearing? It doesn't make you uneducated. It doesn't make you ignorant. It doesn't make you anything. You want to say fuck, say fuck. You know what I mean? It doesn't. I don't look at it as being, not having class or not.
I understand. So, but what if your daughter just goes into school and starts ripping the F word to the teacher? Teacher's pissed. You're getting a call.
As long as you're not getting in trouble, and you're doing the right thing in life, say what you want.
I feel like you got so much going on, man. Like you got, holy shit. You ever feel spread thin?
No, because I don't allow things to be anything more than what they are. So, we're coming into the time of year where I start doing truck shows and stuff. I start, going around and doing events and stuff. But I don't. It's not a task to me. I'd be doing it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm driving the truck. I make a video. I don't make a video. I don't have pressure. I don't believe in pressure like that. You know what I mean? Because
that's a blessing.
It's the fucking heart attack. It doesn't matter, dude. I just be kind, be a nice person. What the fuck's the matter with this woman?
That's wifey. That's ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
He's not lying, man. He's living the life he's portraying.
Yeah. It's something. She's... Anyway. God bless her. God bless her.
Are you ever worried about all this talk about self-driving trucks?
I think it's inevitable. But I'm no more worried about it than a front end supervisor at a market basket that knows that eventually automation is going to take over his job too.
How soon?
Who the fuck knows? They could probably do it now. They can clone people. Why couldn't they make a truck drive itself?
Fuck the economy like crazy.
There's so many different ways that you can look at this.
You can answer it if you want. No, take your time.
Nah. Savage. Talk soon, love.
I'm gonna get us set up on Instagram Live. So if she wants to tune to the Golden Deer Insta, she'll be up there. You'll be up there.
What are we on?
I'm putting it on Instagram Live.
Go on IG Live. Come on, yo.
The Boston Truckah Show.
Old Truckah Nutz. Jeez, that's a flattering angle. Look at me all bulbous and shit.
Don't let it stress you out.
Fuck, dude, I don't care. Excuse me. Anyway, so where was I before I was distracted?
We're talking about trucking shows. I don't really understand. Well, no, actually, we're talking about Amazon.
No, we weren't talking about Amazon. We were talking about automation and them building trucks that could potentially drive themselves.
Oh, when I say Amazon, I mean, I think of Jeff Bezos. When I think of Jeff Bezos, I think of Elon Musk, and he's the one that's creating it. Or is a pioneer in it.
Well, I think in all honesty, that's what's going to happen in the future. Is there will be trucks that drive themselves. There will be no more like Amazon when they get their hooks firmly into the rest of the world, which I think is inevitable. You won't be going to Market Basket to buy your groceries.
They're going to be drone dropping it at the crib.
Literally. So this gentleman, Mr. Bezos, is putting the world out of business. So it's a slow process. But when you start to see the heavy hitters get affected, the Walmarts of the world, it's going to happen. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Like I was just having this discussion with a buddy of mine. So the minimum wage in Massachusetts is about to go up to $15 an hour, right? That's
Copy.
That's happening. So that's the minimum wage is for what they would consider unskilled labor, entry level positions.
Is it trucking is not entry, something like that, right?
It's a skilled. You need a special license to do it. So
take some courses.
It's a trade. It was at one point. I don't know how it is now.
You hate the new guys, man. You sound like an old head.
FWF is my theory. I call it fucking white Freightliner.
Who's a white Freightliner? Elaborate.
So my thing with FWF, fucking white Freightliner, is like 70-80% of the trucks on the road are white Freightliners. All the big carriers.
Those are the ones that are tipping.
I'm not worried about tipping. I'm worried about these guys wearing sandals and shorts and not being,
Swag.
just a real. I don't know. It's the whole. Most trucks that are built now are automatics. My truck's an 18-speed.
So you're insinuating that the new age has gone soft of truckers.
I would definitely agree with that.
My guy Andrew wants all the smoke, man, with you new guys.
I don't give a fuck. Bring the smoke. I'll.
You guys can play chicken with your trucks.
No, we don't do that.
Take it on Route 2. Smash!
Well, they're weapons. You don't do that. But I'll pull over and bang your face off the fucking ground.
Yeah, have you ever had any road rage issues?
You can't.
I'm not talking about you, but people interacting with you.
Oh, my God. All the time.
People hate trucks.
I hate trucks. If I'm in my personal vehicle, there's nothing worse than merging on the highway with a truck that weighs 100,000 pounds that's moving like old people fuck.
Or like up a hill.
Terrible.
See ya.
I'm bringing trash up into Bethlehem, New Hampshire. It's a place called North Country. It's on the other side of Franconia Notch. I get a 600 horsepower fucking truck that's going 30 miles an hour per grade straight up the air. It's nuts. It sucks.
What's like the worst thing someone's hit you with? Anyone throwing shit at you?
No, not really. Not really.
Yeah. Are you ever worried of tipping? Because it is one of the scariest shit when you see one of those things tipped. You
got to be pretty out to fucking lunch to do that. If you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, you see it. You got 100,000 pounds in your vehicle, and the speed limit is 30 miles an hour, and that around an off ramp or whatever. I'm probably going to scale it back to about 25 just to make sure I keep all 22 on the ground. I can't imagine the carnage of a trash trailer or you don't do that. But accidents happen,
though, right?
Sure. Mechanical failure, shit happens all the time. But knock on wood, I haven't had any major incidents.
But are close calls pretty frequent?
It's like anything else. If you drive a cab, you drive a school bus, the longer you spend on the road, it's the law of averages. The more you're going to see. I see a lot more accidents than I'd care to admit. It sucks.
So just as in an insider tip, what happens when you go to a rest stop? Is there a party of truckers just fucking around, or what is it?
I'm not the guy to
But you've definitely been to a rest stop with the truck, right?
I've definitely been at a rest stop with
what
the
the fuck's going on with these guys? They must be losing their minds.
Sleeping, I couldn't be that guy. I couldn't sleep in a truck. I just have no interest in it. Hats off, shout out to all the boys and girls out there that are, hauling the road and staying out there, living in these trucks. It's just, I can't do it. I gotta go home to honey. I don't give a fuck.
I just feel like these people are probably yo, what the fuck? I gotta drive another 20 hours after this. See ya.
Now the federal government stepped in, put their prick in the mix, and you can only drive a certain amount of hours in a certain amount of time. It's wild.
And so big corporates, they're pissed.
They're all swinging the big dicks. And the dick's big enough to put over their shoulder and fucking burp.
So at what point, what's the longest trip you would do? You go to Western Mass, New Hampshire?
It takes me almost 3 hours to get up to North Country from Grafton, where I start in the morning. So that's about as far as I'll go.
And what's the shift like? You waking up at 3 in the morning?
Yeah, I'm up early.
It must be relaxing though, early, right? Groggy.
I don't know. It's better than dealing with traffic. I'll say that. But it's some days are better than others. Some roads are better than others. It depends. Sometimes you have a good day where you don't have to deal with anybody, and things just kind of go smoothly, and the fucking Spotify's got all the right songs on. But then there are days where I just assume pull the brakes and fucking let the truck run me the fuck over.
See ya.
Yeah, peace. I'm done with it. But it's like anything else. Some days are better than others. You just you take the good with the bad, and you hope that more days. Jesus Christ, Andrew. Is he kicking? This is just not a good look, guy. Oof. Anyway.
Oh, wifey checked in. She gave you some hearts. Hey, wifey. I'm Connor. Nice to meet you.
She's alive.
So, quick question. One, you enjoying yourself?
I always enjoy myself. I'm here for the party.
You booze? Never?
I'm not opposed to drinking. I just, with the diabetes, I try to keep it to a dull raw.
Weed?
I can't.
I can't either.
The reason, and this is a whole different subject for maybe a whole different time, but I believe that the only reason that weed isn't, available legal across the board is for big pharma and corrections. So most of the people that are in jail are there for drug or drug related crimes.
Massachusetts specifically.
It's a fucking business. Okay? So and I know that there are huge advantages to marijuana when it comes to diabetes, for example. All kinds of psychiatric issues and stuff. So but I also know that big pharmaceutical companies run the world, so they're not gonna take it, that kind of a pay cut.
They're open. They're legal in Mass though. You saw Netta in Brookline. It's pretty crazy, man.
It's legal, but it's not. So it's all the federal shit supersedes local stuff. So it's local in the confines of here, but I can't smoke because I have to deal with the Department of Transportation. So it is what it is.
I could imagine that truckers probably don't want to smoke, honestly, but everyone smokes. I bet Adderall is honestly probably pretty common with these truckers. I'm not asking you to snitch. I could just imagine that people would want to be stimulated on these long monotonous
Everybody
drives.
talks about it depends. I mean, I know that certain times of the year when it comes to certain things in trucking, like plowing, for example, when you got to be in the truck for 30 fucking hours straight, and then you got to back in it, so you got to push it, you got to haul it, you got to do this, you know what I mean? So, I'm not going to say yes or no, but I'm sure somebody's doing something. Somebody's doing something.
So have there been any spin-off Boston Truckers yet? Because I could imagine there are other truckers who are
I'm not the only motherfucker doing it, I'll tell you that. Brian Lyons in the fucking 125. He's a guy out of Staten Island that makes videos.
You guys collab yet?
Haven't collabed. Good dude though. There's a lot of people. The thing is when you have that authenticity and you're doing something that people can relate to, there's always like there's plenty of room out there on the internet for all of us.
For sure.
If you like gray sweaters, somebody else doesn't. You know what I mean? So it's different strokes for different folks. Whatever blows your hair back, or in my case, blows me the fuck off. So, I mean, there are people that have tried to do exactly what I do, almost verbatim. It's not as easy as it looks.
Not at all.
It's not as easy as it looks. And the other thing is,
nowhere. Oh yeah, excuse me.
I don't edit.
I was just gonna say you have like
bare bones.
Yeah, you don't do any extra production.
Nothing.
It's genius.
So
it's easy. It's easy. Sometimes.
It's easy until it's not easy. It's easy until you set the phone up in front of you, and you got this idea, because that's all it is. That's all it starts with is a premise, and then I start. And I start my rant, and I start blah, blah, blah. And there's a million videos in this phone that nobody will ever see.
You didn't like them?
If it sucks or I fuck up, I stop. It's over. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to pick it up again. So there's literally videos on here that nobody will ever see.
How important has consistency been to the growth of it?
I think consistency is important. I think the most important thing, that, as I said, is keeping things authentic. That's what's important. Somebody tunes into my feed, they know what they're gonna get. You know what I mean? I haven't diverted from my shtick.
Two smart white dudes, big words.
That's what's up. So I haven't diverted from my shtick, my niche. Once I figured it out, my original videos, they sucked. They sucked. I had to learn how to do this. It's like anything else. You evolve.
For sure.
If you don't evolve, you go away. That's Darwinism. It's basic shit right there. So, I did. I'll admit it. I got good at it. I know what to do. I know when to do it.
So I'll run interviews now, and I'll be like, okay, I think I kind of have an idea of what I'm going to cut up as the clip when I go into it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like for you, I was like, I'm sure there'll be some good moments. I'll just cut up a little montage. I'm assuming it's the same thing. You kind of understand the formula after a while, right?
It's the same thing over and over again. Like Portnoy. He one bite, everybody knows the rules.
Killer.
It's his fucking thing.
Portnoy, get this man a contract to something. This is right up your alley.
Portnoy, for fuck's sake. We're local dudes. Get it together.
Probably similar age. He's like, what, 41, 42?
We're in the same wheelhouse. So, but you talk about somebody that was able to take something, carve their own niche, and then keep fucking slamming it over and over again.
People are a little pissed about how big it's gotten because they volumize it so they think it's less authentic. But I'm like, yo, he's just like fucking building and building and building.
It's an empire.
Just shut up.
Shit.
It's a bummer.
Pay your bill, dog. You need more minutes? I'm just playing.
Track phone.
I hear you.
Cricket.
It's better than that.
So have you... Yeah. Well, did Barstool ever show you shit?
I'm pretty sure.
The first one. I think that's where I'd probably seen it.
Yeah, the original... the one that brought the masses to the first page.
Were you nervous on the second video after the viral one?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
I'm so stupid, man. Sorry.
No, I'm just saying. Like everybody's like, do you set out to do this? I mean, the only thing that I set out to do today is get the fuck up. You know what I mean? Do I make a video tomorrow? I don't know. I mean, it depends how I feel.
That'd be fire.
I put emphasis on just doing what I want to do. So I know that this video will be out on the 26th at 6 p.m. That's what I know.
Let's hope people enjoy it. I think they will.
I will tease that bitch.
I'll get you some clips.
That's what's up. So, that's what, when you learn to deal with your audience or your targeted audience, you know when to post, what to post, and how to post it. You know what I mean? So, it's just a matter of learning your demographic, and hoping that Mr. Portnoy wants to put you on. I'm just playing.
Davey,
what's up,
Davey? There was another young man on the show who had displeasure for Davey, and
how
there were some interesting things said. Man, I don't like turning this into the shade room though. I don't like turning this into drama report.
Don't hate, dude.
So. Like, are you ever actually pissed? Because now I'm getting a sense that you're just like a mad positive dude. Are you pissed because it's funny? You know what I'm saying? Like, because on the rant you seem pissed, but I'm starting to meet you. I'm like, damn, this dude is incredibly positive, man.
Well, the more angry and hostile I appear, the funnier people think it is.
Absolutely.
So there are times when I am legitimately making a video and I am coming the fuck unglued. It happens. I did
fuck. What was you were pissed at Dunkin's?
I did it. Fuck Dunkin' Donuts. Cause
I'll fuck with Dunks.
Hold
up. They could hook it up with a sponsorship eventually. So
I'm over it, dude.
That would be major.
But I'm a honeydew guy.
So that's the rest stop honeydew.
No, it's not even about rest stops. It's just their food's consistent and it's more quality.
Dunkin's is hitting,
dude. It's too much. It's too much. So, like, Honeydew still uses Philadelphia cream cheese. Dunkin' Donuts uses a cream cheese spread. It's fucking plastic, bro.
That's Dunkin' brand, brother.
It's still plastic.
That's the empire.
Of course it's the empire, because obviously they were able to cut their costs down, charge you more. I get it. I mean, it's the business
Why do you think
model.
it's plastic? Because of
Because it tastes like fucking plastic.
You don't like the way that bagels taste?
No, bro. And they're tiny.
Then get a donut instead.
I'm diabetic. I can't eat donuts, dog. I love donuts.
How about
Believe me.
So no sugar?
Trying.
How about Coolada?
Splenda, bro.
Oh, God, you're sick. Splenda.
Can I live? I don't know.
Oh, man.
It is,
So you don't do breakfast sandwich?
I try not to.
That Dunkin's breakfast sandwich.
I'm a shake for breakfast, shake for lunch kind of guy sometimes.
Like what? Protein shake?
Yeah. I have a protein shake in the morning. I have cut up fruit.
Okay, big beefy.
I'm just saying, honey.
Okay, beef.
Honey does it nice because I'm trying to live. You know what I mean? So I have a giant salad for lunch. I'm trying. It's hard, dude. Bad habits.
Yeah, but I'm not even gonna sound like Mr. Preacher Man, but dude, your energy's so different once you start eating clean.
I know.
You just can be like, dude, I feel good. Like,
I get it.
Like, do you get real tired afternoon? Well, your sleep schedule's already all fucked up. So
I don't sleep. I mean, I just, you know what I mean?
What do you get for sleep?
4 or 5.
Consistently?
6. Depends.
That's terrible.
It is.
I feel for you.
Well, last night, was I going to go? Sleep or watch the Bruins? What the fuck?
Big W.
Oh, my God.
You were pumped.
I'm a big Bruins fan.
And Pats?
Big Pats fan.
Let's fucking go!
Let's fucking go. So, did you see Edelman at the Garden with the BLs and fuck?
Oh, he was slamming them?
Oh, he's reckless.
Oh, you loved it.
Mishpucha, that's my Jewish brother right there.
He's a beast, man.
Oh my God.
Are you upset about Gronk?
I don't know.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know. I mean, I have a hard time believing that he's done.
He's just so good, man, you know?
He was larger than life. He was more than a football player. He was an entity.
I feel him, though.
You want to talk about a brand? That's a fucking brand.
Beast.
Yeah, dude. He did it big. The fact that he was able to, do what he did in the amount of time that he did it, he created so much.
While also being big injured, man.
Always hurt. Always hurt.
Tough.
Definitely. He'll be missed. I think around week 7, 8, I think we see him again. I think. I don't know.
That'd be fire. Pats. I was talking about the other day. Hey, are you perspirating? Because I'm starting to get hot.
I'm all right.
Am
I glistening? Is it bad?
No, I'm just wondering because I just felt the wave of it. Homeostasis.
Do I smell, bro? I'm just going.
I smell terrible.
Thanks. I'm over it.
What if you get the Boston Truckah cologne? You ever think about that?
I got Boston Truckah beard oil.
Really? Branded?
You know.
Why did you bring that? Why are you being so stingy?
For your beard?
I just shaved. I'll grow for the beard oil for the brand.
All right. Everything's for the brand. Shout out to the homies over at Handsome Beard Company.
Oh, so is it like a little crossover type
crossover thing? www.handsomebeard.
Don't tell me, tell the camera.
handsomebeardusa.com. There's Boston Truckah smells. I even got fucking t-shirts and sweatshirts. Did you see that?
I didn't. Let me see.
Come on, bro. Act accordingly. And I'm so tech stupid that I have to put up notes.
Well, I was gonna say the typeface on your phone is huge, man.
Is that?
Yeah, it's like magnified.
Is that bad?
It's hilarious.
It's not hilarious. So look at this. You can buy Boston Truckah t-shirts.
Fire.
Is that wild?
Smooth.
And hats and women's stuff and.
Oh, on a tech tip, I got to tell you something. You got to get your logos transparent.
What?
So, do you know what transparent means?
No.
It's like an image. So, like, when you sent me the image, there's
Tell honey, what the fuck? I don't know what I'm
Honey, we got to make those logos transparent because whenever you guys do, like, brand crossovers, it's going to say, hey, can you send me a PNG? That means there's no background to the image. So then I can just apply it to pictures.
I definitely saw that you did that.
Yeah.
Was that like an effort? Like that took time?
It did. So fuck you, man.
I'm all right. You want to send it back over here?
We're good. We're dropping on Monday.
I see it. I see you, baby.
So would you? I know, like, if you were to pitch a series successfully, reality TV type thing, would you ever want to stop driving trucks?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I still love getting in that truck. I still love, looking at trains and fucking, equipment. It's the 5-year-old mentality of playing in a sandbox. I still enjoy what I do. There are days that I'm like, fuck this. I wish I was doing something different. Absolutely. But 9 out of 10 days, higher than that, 99.9% of the time, I love what I do. I love what I do. And
that's a blessing too.
Well, they say if you do something that you love, you never work a day in your life. I mean, sometimes the hours suck and stuff like that. But as far as I do. I really thoroughly enjoy what I'm doing, and that's what it's about.
Would you ever move out of Boston?
No.
Never.
No.
What if a studio in LA is like, hey man, you're killing it. Here's this studio money for you. As Andrew saying, how big's that check though?
No, I don't care. I just I'd love a house on the fucking water in Deluxeberry, but I mean it's.
Bro, Plymouth. Settle for Plymouth.
How about Hull?
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, Brockton by the Sea. Anyway,
Well, Lynn's got waterfront.
Oh, sure. Anyway, so this is if ever something happened with the Truckah stuff, the one thing that I would like to have is to be fiscally solvent. I don't care about fuck you money. I care about being able to take care of mine. Comfortability. Just enough to get the fuck not have to worry about beat to beat and check to check. And that's a rare commodity these days.
Well, I imagine now that you've asserted yourself as a long tenured trucker, you probably get paid more than a starter, right? Can't you negotiate that, or is it just consistent by year?
Different jobs, different places, different demographic. It depends.
Well, Andrew, do you know Andrew Yang? Are you familiar with his campaign?
No.
He's due running for president.
I did, yeah. I do
Chinese
know.
dude.
Yes.
Or I might be totally being racist.
He's of Asian descent.
He's of Asian descent for sure.
It's 2019, bro. Get your shit together.
I know, man. I'm blowing it.
Yeah, I think he's either Chinese or Cantonese. But go ahead.
So he said he was big Silicon Valley. He was like, well, listen, all these trucker jobs are gonna get taken. So we have to start creating other jobs elsewhere to alleviate some of that pressure. Since you're tenured, I could imagine you'd probably be one of the last people. But that shit's I can't believe that.
It's life. That's what I was talking about when I said if you don't learn how to adapt, you do become by the wayside. It's I tell my kids the same thing over and over again. Anybody can be ordinary. It takes a little bit more to be extraordinary. So if you're going to go in an entry-level position, you have to do something to set you apart from everybody else.
For sure.
So the workforce is so saturated with this and that, you have to be a little bit more. You have to specialize in something.
What's capitalism, man?
Exactly right. It's that simple. So yeah, 10th grade education or not, you gotta stay ahead of the curve.
How did you acquire a survivalist mentality? Just grinding when you're younger?
Necessity. I didn't have a choice.
Well, not all. I feel the same way. It's you gotta fucking just work, man. But
you gotta throw enough shit against the wall that eventually something sticks.
You gotta take risk.
Yeah, of course you do. That's the other thing is risk versus reward. You don't put your prick in the mix if you know it's gonna get lopped off.
For sure. And I'm not trying to sound like some massive motivational speaker here, but if you're not taking risks, you are at risk.
100%.
Let's get that on a t-shirt.
I could.
GDP Boston Truckah.
I couldn't agree more. So that's you have, but your risks have to be calculated. So not to the point where you've completely exposed yourself that you're that vulnerable, but you have to be uncomfortable at times in your life in order to grow.
So then reiterating what I said prior, then you probably are, if a studio hits you up saying, hey, let's do this TV show, you're probably you know what, man, fuck it, let's wing it.
It depends. It depends.
Andrew's being political over here.
No, I'm not. I mean, I'm not saying that I've been offered, Hollywood money, but I've definitely been in circles talking to people that, these things could potentially happen.
That'd be sick.
It's not out of the realm of possibilities that I could be talking to some network as we speak. It's not completely unfathomable. But what I will say is that it's going to take something specific that I want to stay true and loyal to my brand. I'm not going to divert, and I'm not going to make an asshole of myself. I don't think that, as far as reality TV is concerned, I don't think it's ever been done right as far as Boston is concerned.
What other Boston reality shows were there?
The Real Wives of South Boston. I mean, there's
That
been
was a real thing?
I don't fucking know. Maybe. I feel like there goes the trash again.
We're in the simulation.
I'm fucking nervous. They're coming anyway.
They're here.
Clearly. So
That's the feds.
Great. I'm getting indicted again because if I go away again, it's forever.
This would go down as more legendary.
Don't say that. Anyway. So what I'm saying is I know Boston is sexy to everywhere else besides Boston, and even Boston to a certain extent. But I feel like nobody has done it right. You know, the whole fucking world is fascinated with our culture, the way we are, the way we speak, as passionate as we are about what we do. I don't know that it's been put on wax, so to speak, the right way.
I concur, but I also think a lot of people outside of Boston would see your brand and would say, yo, this is stereotypical Boston. They would never think some of the guests I've had up here are actually essential to the city. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So your show, but I get what you're saying too. Like your show would promote what outsiders see as Boston. You'd actually execute it on the right way.
Right.
But you also understand that some people don't understand there are other niches in this city that from outside nobody knows about Boston music. I doubt you even know, right?
Stop, dude. See, you Boston music is extremely important.
I'm talking about now.
Very much so. We happen to like a different genre of music, but local music I'm very passionate about.
Sorry, I feel like a dick, man.
Nah, dude. I listen to hardcore and punk. I know you're a hip hop dude. I still know hip hop artists. You know what I mean? But my like, there is so much talent as far as local music is concerned.
Unbelievable.
Bar Fight Champs, dude. By far my favorite band. Like, I can't, and he's good friends of mine. I love these.
They do Middle East shows? Where do they do shows?
They Middle East. They do over at Midway Cafe. All over the place.
Zach.
That's fucking Jared McLovin. Idiot.
Shout out Jared.
Idiot. Straight up idiot.
Well, you can FaceTime if you want.
I don't know. Should I?
Go ahead.
Fuck him. Let's get it.
Jared. We're live on air here, brother.
What's going on?
How are you, man? I heard you the savior in the chat.
You what?
I heard you the savior in the chat.
I told old boy about your you don't have Bluetooth? What are you, fucking new? Anyway, I just wanted to say hello. You're my love. But yeah, this is the guy that if you act up on the Truckah page and you need some Jared love,
Show him to the real camera. Hey, Jared. Nice to meet you, brother.
Nice to meet you.
We're dropping this on Monday. Enjoy.
Talk soon, sweetheart. Mwah.
Is that your friend from time?
Yeah. If I told you how I met that dude,
you'd probably be in jail.
Nah, dude, I was engaged to his sister. Okay. Anyway. But we remain homies, you know, whatever. Where the fuck was I before this prick interrupted
You're
me?
talking about music in the city.
Oh, Bar Fight Champs. So, they're a local oi band, but they're unbelievable. I'm going to a show on Sunday. I go to shows all the time. Hardcore is a huge part of my life. So
no way. You Middle East?
I've been to the Middle East a lot of times. If these are both local Boston bands, Slapshot, Blood for Blood.
I feel like a real dick now, man. Sorry for judging.
No, I mean I love hip hop, but my version of hip hop and today's version of hip hop are very different. Like the hip hop that I love are bands like M.O.P. and Onyx.
I've heard of Onyx.
They were grimy. They were mean. That was hip hop mosh pit shit. That was just.
Insane Clown Posse?
I hate that shit.
Why? I can see you being a juggalo.
I don't ever say that. God help you for saying that.
Wow, you hate those?
I hate that shit.
Why, the clown stuff terrifies you?
No, I'm not terrified of clowns. I'm terrified of people trying so desperately to be different that they're not different.
I know what you're saying.
Do you know what I mean? I just think, and no disrespect to juggalettes, juggalos, whatever the fuck it is. I don't know to be perfectly honest, but it's not my thing. God bless.
So but do you understand what I'm saying? That people they have a perception of Boston from an outside perspective. they don't necessarily understand some of the niches in the city that kind of make it different. You would never know about some of the shit going on in the city. And I don't know how people highlight that. I don't know how you get mainstream attention. I don't even know if the city needs that. Or am I just totally rambling and making zero sense?
I don't know. I don't know where you're getting at.
I think I'm going to faint.
Don't faint, bro. It's too much coffee.
Oh, yeah. You big on the coffee or no?
Not really.
No?
No.
How do you get up that early and just do it?
I just do it.
It's the Boston Truckah.
One snooze and roll out. 9 minutes.
Jeez. No shower?
I'm a night shower.
You like to relax.
You gotta relax.
So one thing is, our economy relies on trucks.
Of course it does. Yeah, everything in this fucking room, for example, came off of a truck.
So you can't miss work.
I personally can, but somebody's got to do it. You know what I mean? So that's logistics. That's what the whole country is set up on logistics. It's not just trucks. It's trains. It's boats. It's ships. It's it's movement. Airplanes. It's moving goods from one end to the other. Trash. It's got to go somewhere.
You can't just leave it here.
No. Especially in the People's Republic.
Hey, so listen, they're going to kick me out of this room soon.
Fuck them.
Did you enjoy your time here, though?
I always enjoy my time.
Okay, I'm glad. So listen, I'm going to tell you how we start and end these.
All right.
Was there anything you want to... Why don't you tell everyone where to find you? And
find me on Facebook. It's the Boston Truckah. You can buy my swag, my hats, T-shirts, hoodies, and the like. It's www. No, it's not. Yeah, www. No, it's fuck me. I told you I was a fucking idiot. It's shop. Just Get Dirty Garage. Oh, fucking A.
there's a lot of moving parts here.
We are really struggling, bro.
Take your time.
I got it. Anyway, it's shop.justgetdirtygarage.com and look for the Boston Truckah. It's on a drop-down menu on the right-hand side. If you're into the stickers, you go on my Facebook page, and there's a big cartel store, blah, 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 and that's about it.
So, I'll tell you what I think.
Yeah.
I think you're going to have a massive show, man. And I'm excited to watch it.
We'll see, dude. Your mouth to God's ears.
Come on, G-Man.
Yeah, what's up?
So, that water's for you, by the way. I don't know if you were thirsty.
Do you feel like I need water?
Well, I just don't want to... I don't want anything bad to happen.
I'm not really... All right, I got it.
Hey, and also, these are for you, too.
These are for me?
Yes, sir. Is this your first interview? Like this format?
It's my first podcast, yeah.
Cool.
That's what's up.
Welcome to the Golden Deer Camp. And I'll introduce you all the guys outside, too. Especially
Sure.
Big Belly over here.
Oh,
he's just got it hanging.
well, that is nice.
You should smash him when you see him.
Bro, he's selling it.
Oh, yeah.
It's all out.
He's a genius.
Aren't we all?
So, this is how we start and end the show.
All right, brother.
Say hi, your name. And
Hi.
this is my golden hour.
This is my golden shower.
Exactly. And hi, your name. And that was my golden hour.
We got that.
One take. That's it, though. You only get one shot.
One bite, everybody knows the rules.
Exactly. Shout out Portnoy. Get this man a job.
Sucked. Anyway.
Hey, I'll preface it. I believe I'm sitting next to one of the most authentic people in the city. I think your story was absolutely incredible. And I think we should do it again sometime.
I appreciate it. I'm definitely down. My name is Andrew, a.k.a. the Boston Truckah. This was my golden hour. I fucked up.
God damn it, Andrew.
This was my golden shower.
This is.
Oh, my God.
You say this is my golden hour, and then after that was.
All right.
Fuck, man. It was going so well.
That's what I do. I fuck up the best things. It's my gift. My name is Andrew, otherwise known as the Boston Truckah. This is my golden hour. My name is Andrew, better known as Old Truckah Nutz. This was my golden hour.
All right, brother. Thank you.